You know, let me tell you something. The enjoyment we have, it's because we the people have brought it. Democracy that we have has made us to transform tremendously. Now, coming to your side in Uganda, you know that you have the 5th president. While you are having just, I don't know, for the last 35 years, we've been having how many presidents? Well, you just have one. That shows the level at which you are democratically. You can't teach us. So, therefore, it's high time people accept and stop the threats.
First thing, there is no democracy in Africa.
That's how Uganda believe, or that's a position?
No, that's like all of us Africans should believe that. No, there is a way of life, so you've been in your comfort zone that we have democracy, we have the what? There is no democracy in Africa.
No,
Kenya is a democratic.
We have had the first, second, third, fourth, and fifth president. That's democracy.
No, there is no democracy in Africa. And you know, like, let's take a scenario about the last election that you guys had here. That election, like, if any like Kenyan was smart enough, would have seen that that election was so much rigged. That election was so much, I don't know which words to use.
So
as a Ugandan, how can you, like, do you have findings from a research you did or something?
Okay, as a Ugandan, I would say, okay, you guys did better. You guys, the way your votes, like, didn't come out the open. You see, us in Uganda, by the time we go for election, we know who's the next president. Because we know you're wasting time in voting. At least you guys were at least not sure you guy may come who, but us, by the time we go to the elections, if Museveni is on the poll, we know the guy is coming back. We are very sure. So that's the difference between Kenya and Uganda. But all of us, there's no democracy here. It's that people have planned that this is the next president, this is what, which Uganda, we have not yet reached that level of, like.
So you want to say, like, Bobi Wine's case is done?
No, Bobi Wine is just giving people hope.
Is the leader of the opposition?
Yeah, he's not the leader of opposition, but he's the leader of the leading opposition party.
Okay.
NUP is the leading opposition party. It has the highest number of MPs in the parliament. And Uganda, to be named the leading opposition party, you have to be having the highest number of what? MPs in the parliament. So NUP has that. But people right now, most people gave up on Bobi Wine. Like, we are like, okay, let him talk, let him say this and this, but we gave up.
Is that youth, just like most of Ugandans?
Yeah, it's like most of the Ugandans as us, like, youth. But right now, he's not saying anything new right now.
And you're not ready to
because he has come up many times and says, there is a saying in Uganda, he used in Uganda, he said, mubirekere kyaguranye.
Okay,
mubikwase kyaguranye. Meaning, leave all issues to him. So everyone was like, this guy has a plan. Like, now after elections, the guy is like, guys, I've failed, I've taken this thing, like, and another one used another Ugandan saying, he said, Mbiziza mukoti y'abantu. Meaning, he has taken the issues back to the people's court. And so we are like, which is the people's court? So he wanted us, the people, to determine what we should do with the president. And yet in the beginning, it was like, leave everything to me, leave everything to me. So people are giving out lives. Many youth have died in Uganda because of Bobi Wine. Bobi Wine is not in prison. Many Ugandan youth are in prison, like imprisoned.
Because of him? Because of him.
Many youth are there suffering, doing what? But Bobi Wine is out in US, Ukraine, doing what? And he's happy, the family is happy. When it was election time, Bobi Wine himself took his kids out of the country.
But he suffered, you remember?
He had to do something.
You take, if you are saying we are fighting for why are you sparing your kids out? Let them also fight for the what? For the peace we want.
It's a young family.
It's a young family. People's young kids are suffering. They are running around. Bobi Wine.
He was there.
He was there.
You needed.
The father suffered.
No, like,
on their behalf.
Most times us also Ugandans were like, but is it true? Let me tell you another scenario in Uganda. Bobi Wine has, like, he got a hammered vehicle, bulletproof and what? Better than even, like, for those cars, they said like 5 in Africa or in the whole world, like there are 5. So we are like, Bobi Wine, how was Bobi Wine allowed to bring that car into the country if, like, he's not colliding with Museveni? Because most times some of us have really given up. We are like, this guy is playing us. This guy is playing us.
He's playing the Ugandans and he's suffering. Seriously.
No, people have suffered. Before Bobi Wine, we had Dr. Kizza Besigye. Yeah, we had Kizza Besigye. That guy was tear gassed. That guy was done what?
And now?
And he's like, he's suffering for us. That guy is one of the richest people in Uganda, man.
Okay.
Those guys have been paid through when you go to Uganda, Bobi Wine and his family, they are now becoming rich. The brothers are building mansions. They are completing houses. People in the near Bobi Wine are getting married, and we're in the struggle. Which struggle when people are getting married, man?
Now, let me ask you a question here. So you want to say, like, from now, we must be prepared, like, there's no other family that's going to rule Uganda?
No.
It's the Museveni or the son or someone else from the family?
We have not said it's the family, but right now we have confirmed as Ugandans, I think we are now ready enough. Like, we are ready. Museveni can't come for the next term.
And can he decide who can be the next president?
And he can't decide. And another thing about the first son, even if the first son does what and what, even if he says he's conquering Nairobi to make us happy, he can't be president.
Are you sure? Because there's somewhere I read whereby the General Muhoozi, during April, his birthday, was saying we'll see his plan for the political plan and his willpower. Can we say like the president is grooming him, or what's going on?
When you're grooming a politician, or when you're grooming someone to become a president, you don't groom someone by being extravagant, whereby people are starving in Uganda, some people are not eating, some kids are doing what, and for you are making a birthday party, giving people of the NRM party, the Ring party, giving them money, throwing out money. You know how much money was spent on that birthday? It was a lot of money, whereby paying artists to come, and that money, if General Muhoozi was like willing to be a president, but me I think even he doesn't want.
I'm looking for his tweet here.
Yeah,
because he's talking of, he's surprised that Kenya, Uhuru could just quit leadership, could not run for the third term.
Yeah, because now
in Uganda you believe in revolution. What revolution is this that he was talking about?
It's not that in Uganda we believe in revolution, but they believe their family.
Their family?
Their family, they believe in that. But we Ugandans, we don't believe in that. But for them, their family, since the moment anytime like someone says anything, they're like, us we fought in the bush. Us we fought in the bush. So anyone like those guys who went with the president to fight in the bush to remove Idi Amin, so those people, most of them have been dying like recently the general, one of the closest general died. So people are celebrating on social media, doing what, so the family was like, how can you start celebrating like someone is dead? And it's like, you guys have done a lot of things. This same general who died came up in public and was like, the police has the right to shoot and kill if somebody is doing what? If somebody is like doing anything bad that the police doesn't want. And people are like, so the army, instead of protecting the people, it wants to kill people because someone died, and the general, instead of coming politely to tell people we are sorry for this and this, the general just came out and said the police has the right to shoot and kill.
So such sentiments are the ones that agree with you a lot?
Yeah, such statements have made us that before Museveni, when Museveni came to power, like we are still young, some of us, but at least we could see that jubilation. Anytime Museveni was elected, we could see people celebrating, our parents doing what. But as time came by, these people have like, they feel like they own the country. Those guys have bought everything. Every property in Uganda, this one owns to the family, either the uncle, the nephew, the niece, and the proof is there.
You guys allowed it.
We didn't allow it, but what will you say?
It's like, you see, we didn't need time for this.
No, like what?
A lot,
What will you say? What will you say? Anytime a person comes out and is like, hey, what were you? You either will get killed. Many generals, even close generals in the military have been gunned down. People have been killed. Even just like police officers have been killed. Just saying anything about it's talking about the family, anything against Museveni. Who are you to say? And now we are wondering how is Bobi Wine surviving up to now, and Kizza Besigye, those two, how are they surviving?
It's because, okay, like what happens, we know there are these people who are very open to the public. The actions about the democracy in Uganda, it's followed by the international community. Sometimes to attack these people and kill them is not easy because it will be a clear indication to the person who committed the crime. Now, of course, we can say they are spared because of such reasons. Yeah, that one we can say they are spared, but there are many scenarios whereby we have seen many common figures in Uganda, many common figures that even everyone knows. We had what Mayombo, some guy called Mayombo. He was a good man in Uganda, a good politician. He was a general.
This guy was killed.
But you don't
We have, yeah, you may not know,
But Ugandans know him.
Ugandans know him.
That's
We
the
have
difference now.
we had a what? A colonel was called Fred something, like I've forgotten the name. But this guy was gunned down after the next day saying, I know I'm going to be killed. You know, now it has reached a point in Uganda whereby if you say some words about the president, against the president, you know you have, at least you start digging your own grave. You start telling people, I know, you know, we reach in a scenario whereby in Uganda, people come up on TV and it's like, Museveni has done this to our people, but I know I'm going to die. So someone knows he's going to die.
Now.
And he's like, I know this has happened, but I know I'm going to die, but people should do this. So that's the country where we live in, whereby you can't say, let me tell you a story where Uganda has reached. Just a few weeks ago, I was in Uganda.
Yes.
I'd gone to buy some things in Uganda. So as I was moving on a motorbike, like a motorbike was riding, so I was carrying this box on a motorbike. Just know a patrol of like 10 officers came and stopped me.
Why?
They stopped me and they were like, what is in that box?
Okay.
What is in that box?
Okay.
So we have reached in a scenario whereby right now even Museveni is afraid. He's afraid of the people because, you know, people don't like him anymore.
Oh, okay, he's afraid.
So I was stopped and I was like, what is in that box? So this guy was like, hey Rasta, what is in that box?
And they checked.
And I was like, the box was well sealed. The box was well sealed, and I told him I'm just carrying some stuffs. I'm buying from town. I'm from town. So the guy was like, can we please see? And everyone was looking at me, and these guys were ready, like,
Okay.
they were ready.
Open
So I
the
do
box for them.
at one seal the box and show them and prove to them that these are not threatening things to the president.
Oh, God.
So that's
What were
where I was carrying some photo boards, like boards frames from buying from town. So we have reached that scenario whereby in Uganda the patrol can see you carrying anything and they are stopping
Everyone
you.
is a suspect right now.
Everyone is a
So
suspect.
Museveni is afraid of the community.
No, it has reached, you know, we have had
The
scenarios
people.
whereby Museveni, like back in the days, the guy was bragging. You have had many scenarios where he was like, hey, if you can't buy what bread, eat cassava. So those are the statements he's saying to the people. If you can't buy bread, eat cassava. So instead of like supporting the normal people, oh, let's do this, he's saying if you can't bread.
He's ignorant about
And
them.
But if you look at it, it's cassava. It ain't bad. It ain't bad.
No, and another politician came back and he said like,
Ugandans eat
if somebody is
cassava.
telling you to eat cassava, that he wants your head to get what? He doesn't want you to think properly because you know how cassava like treats someone. So if the president comes up with such a statement, he has come out with he was like, let me tell you about the horrible situation right now in Uganda. The same president some years ago came up and said, these people want to remove me off power, they want to take my oil. Instead of saying our oil for the government, for the people, but he's saying my oil. You see that the president now is calling
His oil in Uganda.
his oil. The oil now is like his.
It's-
Eh?
okay.
That's the statement he
have
made.
oil.
Yeah, we have oil. Like right now, we have a lot of oil. Whereby even if mostly why right now the let's say the European community is now focusing on Uganda. Reason because right now we have the highest level, like let's say amount of gold.
Okay.
Yeah, we have gold, we have oil. So most those are like the main big natural resources.
Yes.
So right now, those guys are focusing on Uganda. Bobby Wine is not so much being famous. Those guys he's going to Europe. Those guys are pampering him, doing what? Those guys want, like, they know what is in Uganda. Uganda, we have gold, we have oil. Another reason why Museveni can't leave power right now, he's seeing the riches there. He's seeing everything.
He's rich already.
Yeah.
He's rich already, but I don't think he believes it that he's rich already.
You people are
My
allowing
brother, I can see there's a lot of problems in Uganda.
Yeah.
Yeah, in
A
Uganda
lot of
we are facing a lot of problems, but
And, you believe you are strong enough to take over Kenya?
They should deal with their problems first. You guys, like, there's no way you guys can
There's-
invade.
You know,
There's
We
it
are,
no-
giving,
started,
we are giving them 7 days, you know?
it started from you saying that Uganda has reached Naivasha. You know Naivasha? Now it's the whole of Kenya.
yeah.
And you didn't capture up to Naivasha. How do you think that you can manage now to capture the whole Kenya with the military that you are saying is the most powerful in East Africa?
This is
What, is this serious
so
or it's jokes?
the first son was like the statement, the way it looked like, he wouldn't take the whole military to come to capture you guys. Just carry some of his boys. This crow, you know, the military of the president, the first son is the head of the military of the president.
Yes.
It's called the SFC. So I think he's saying you'll get some of those boys and they come and take over Kenya.
Now, let us just be very honest with the Ugandans.
Yeah.
As far as the Uganda-Kenya capture, I think I can advise you, please keep your weapons.
We keep
your
our
boys and keep your country.
Exactly.
Okay.
Because
Deal with the issues you have.
we
right
should see
now.
the other way around. We're going to take over Kampala maybe or something like that.
Yeah.
Because we know we have the best air force. I think it's not in Africa. I think, yeah.
Not in Africa, but you have tried. You guys
the
have
best
tried. You have
Yeah.
tried, but
You know we are the best. in this
we have tried. But one thing you should know: don't underestimate a general. A general's word. Let's stop that.
That's your
Let's
general.
stop
You don't have a
that.
general who has not spoken.
Like, don't underestimate a
You have
general.
a general in Kenya.
You also have a general. It's okay, but Uganda taking over Kenya.
The political journey in Uganda is worrying. And I'm telling you now, as young people, you take over, you support the guy.
Yeah, Bobby Wine. Yeah.
No,
Support
as
him,
young
as in,
people,
direct him. If you
we
feel
have
he's not in the
we have
good
tried to
direction.
support Bobby Wine.
But
We have tried.
did you vote for him last time?
I voted for Bobby Wine, but you know what came up in Uganda? Voting is just wasting time.
Okay.
We're just going there to waste time.
I
But
think you have
already
created
said.
those patterns for yourself.
we have not created, whereby at least most times we come up and we think like our president is wiser than most of us, because most times we make plans. The next election, people tried at least to block any way that elections could be rigged, but by the end of it, the guy had to come up with new techniques. He switched off the internet, like no one. People were like, we'll be sending votes
No
via
one
the
knew what's
internet.
happening.
Yeah, so he made sure, like, because people were like, people had stationed like voting agencies, like agents in every place. Like, at least you send the votes from every. So the guy switched off the internet. So no way you could send the votes from where, like, imagine
From the polling stations?
for all the police
The
stations.
tallying centers?
No, like to gather and start.
Yes. Of
There's
course.
no way it would be done.
Then I'm telling you, our Kenyan democracy is way above, and I think it's high
Oh,
time
dear.
for Ugandans to
To
believe
start
this.
following our footsteps.
But there
footsteps.
are things.
We are saying Kenya we're not perfect.
I think even in Kenya we saw some TVs also like doing the opposite, because if you guys are organized, we could
We
be
are
seeing the same.
No.
we
No,
are
let me
seeing
tell- that-
Citizen doing this. We are seeing
No, let me tell you this.
what doing
As
this.
far as that is concerned, it was cleared up by most of these TV stations.
Yeah.
They say that it was a random stuff. If you are picking votes from maybe, let's talk of Bungoma,
Tarakaniti or-
someone else is bringing it out from where? Another region, maybe northeastern.
Yeah.
So these people cannot bring the same number of votes. Therefore, the difference, but the ultimate number, the
Yes.
final one, was to be the same.
Yeah.
But me, I could at least advise the people. Next time, if you are doing this thing, do it smart like us Ugandans. We can't collide. The votes go the same way. If there is 1 million, here is also 1 million.
It cannot be the same case. Because
In
they are not
Uganda,
picking from the same
these
region.
people were.
Which one is wrong? Then it's the Ugandan one. Because in Kenya, these TV stations were not under ABC. They were independent tallying stations, right?
Yeah.
Now, what they were doing is to pick votes from various regions.
That have been posted
Citizen
online.
could pick it from Uganda, no, I mean from Busia, another
You have
from
started
Mombasa,
migrating to
another,
Uganda.
another one from Northeastern. At the end of it all, when the results come in, you find that there are different numbers. Therefore, the results could not be the same.
Plus the manpower they
Yeah.
had to.
Now, in Uganda, how is it that
was
it can be the
different.
same? If it's 1 million from here,
Yeah,
and here they're not
it's
picking from
the same. Because if you go the wrong way, you will be answerable. You answer. Or else the next day you want to open the TV station.
I get you now.
You see in Uganda, just
So you have to align
the
with
media
number.
in Uganda,
Okay.
just saying something negative about you, the next day your employees will come to you and be like, really boss, are we doing this? Are we still
And
having
it's
the
done.
job? Are we still having the job? Because anytime the police is taking over and closing the whole media center.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, so there's no things of saying, if you are saying something bad about the government or the president, you have to be living yourself, at least don't say everything at least that can harm the president.
I think there's a lot to be done in Uganda.
In Uganda we need a lot, but you guys should come from Nairobi and
to
go
Kampala.
to Kampala and see
me tell you.
how we do it.